Hey there, I'm Quackers, and this is my first ever speed build. So today we're building a small starter home. It is actually a small tier home, tier 3 I think it is. 92 tiles it ends up at, which was quite a nice surprise. Get some bonuses if you've got Tiny living in there. I wanted to do some mid-century modern builds. Not really ever done one of those before. And I did have a floor plan up, threw it away immediately. As soon as I opened it up and started going, floor plan out the window. As you can see, I'm not one for actually using floor plans or thinking at all about what I'm going to do. I just kind of do it. It's the way I am, the way I've always been. It's probably why everything tends to go wrong, but not this one. So I knew that this front room here was going to be a bathroom. Wasn't sure about the roofing on it, that does change later. And the front room with the windows here is going to be the living room. Spent a lot of time on these windows here. A lot of time trying to figure out what was right, what was going to fit next to the door. I did end up going back to those little windows there, and then I copied that on the back side later on. I should mention that this one is complete pure base game, which was a nightmare when I realised that base game has really awful wood. Here I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I was looking at pictures to try and figure out what colours to use. Oh, what mid-century moderns usually look like, because I had no clue. But we stick with this for quite a while. That was kind of the wood and stone look that I was going for. It does eventually change a little bit, but it is that mixture of the... I think that I keep those stone bricks for definite. I think we're about to go round 2 with the windows. No, just deleting the box. There will be flowers there later. I only made this today and I don't even remember what I did. And this here's a first for me as well, making my own chimney. I don't remember the last time I put a fireplace in a Sims build. It's got to have been The Sims 2. So quite a while ago. And they're expensive, so I don't know why I decided when I'm on a budget that that would be a really good idea. But hey ho. Oh, here we go, back with the windows. I just wanted to do something a little bit different with it, you know, rather than using one big one, because they don't match. I think there is a tiny weeny bit of glitching on it, but not enough that you would notice while you're playing. I hope, anyway. Now it's time to window everything else up. Figure out where the windows go, where I'm going to have, you know, all my bits and pieces in the house. Kind of figured I'd use the doors that match the front door, but don't have the windows in, because who needs that when you're in the bathroom, eh? And I did almost forget at the end to take these lights out. Or move them to a, you know, less higgledy-piggledy sort of arrangement. Interior took me ages, because you'll see me going back and forth here with different colour schemes. I was going for the orange there, because for some reason I kind of associate orange with these sorts of houses, and I could not for the life of me figure out flooring. I hate flooring. I mean, look at that. That's a mess. But now we're moving on to the kitchen. Working out where we're putting everything. How we're going to fit a dining table in here, because, you know, if I planned ahead, maybe I would know. And also trying to work out exactly what I could use on a budget. Windows again, gotta get windows that match. And I did forget that I put them in there. Oh, the old dining table. I was really trying not to make the island peninsula, I guess you could. Yeah, I was trying to not to make this peninsula, because I figured that's way more expensive than a table, but it's just so much nicer as well. And I've faffed around with this for ages. I do kind of wish that the island pieces snapped a little bit nicer to the counters, because I usually end up having to wiggle them around a bit, and you can sort of see the seam. And that's when I realised I had the wrong end piece. Now that I'd turned it around, I needed the left hand one instead of the right hand one. Kind of really into modern builds at the minute, although I did make a townhouse that I thought I was going to hate but actually really enjoyed. That was a request from my boss, although it didn't quite go to his request. He wanted a 3-story townhouse with a basement, and inside the basement was a meth lab. Guess which part of that didn't come to fruition? It was the 3 stories, it was only 2. So here I am erratically painting for the... God knows how many times. And it goes through more. We're not done with painting the outside. And now the interior, my least favourite part of any build, figuring out what I'm doing here. I think I abandoned this shortly because I didn't know what I was doing, which is basically the story of my life, to be honest with you. But I gotta say, I do really like that fireplace. I've never used them before. I got one for, I wasn't sure if Father Winter would turn up if I didn't have one. So I got the fake one when I was playing. Because also, I never make room for a fireplace in my builds. Used a lot of short dividing walls in this one. Trying to sort of give the illusion of rooms where they're definitely not rooms. And now we add the third colour, the trifecta of wallpapers on the outside. So I could have an accent wall. God, my camera movements are erratic. There's no wonder I get motion sick, there really isn't. Thought I'd better mirror on the back, you know? Keep it looking not symmetrical, because it ain't symmetrical, but keep it looking something. And once again, different paints. None of it sticks. But delete it all in a minute. There we go. Turning that into the wood was a really bad idea as well. Luckily, I do get rid of it. But you know, roofs, I don't think there's enough swatches for the roofs really. So I tend to... Here it is. Here's where the colour scheme all comes together. That blue door, I was like, ooh, pop a colour. Now I know what I'm going to do with everything. So everything became blue, white and black, I think was the overall colour scheme that I went with. And there I'm still desperately trying to find any kind of paper, wood clapboard or whatever you call it. I don't think I stick with that one either. I'm pretty sure I change it up at the end, but I don't remember what to. I don't know why I thought clapboard on the inside was going to be a good idea either. But lovely matching swatch for the sofa and the fireplace. I don't remember do I keep the blue? I genuinely don't remember. This is when the kitchen starts coming together. I finally kind of figured out what I was going to do with it. I actually haven't tested the kitchen. I should probably do that. That should work. But there we are, a very expensive seating corner there. Really should have just gone for the dining table. I had so much room for it. But hey ho. Then I found this swatch. I really, really like the wood design on the sides. I think that's a really nice white wood and it matches the coffee table in a completely different room. More wallpaper experimentation. Remember, I changed the outside wood because I was using it on the inside, and I kind of thought maybe it would go very well. And when you're building on a budget, by God, is everything expensive. But just an FYI, I did go for the TV. I think after I furnish this room and the bathroom, I ended up going for it. And of course it was an expensive one because it had to be mounted on the wall, so probably not my best choice. But it was a choice. I actually ended up sizing that down and I didn't test if that worked. I don't think there's any reason why it shouldn't work. But, yeah, it should work. Should be fine. Such a cute bedspread. There it is, sized down. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, the bedroom's a little bit bland. That's literally all there is in it. I totally forgot to go back and decorate further. Not that I ended up with the money to decorate further. Now the bathroom, this was an experience. I did some things that I've never... Trying stuff out for the first time, you know. Been watching some videos with the little hacks and everything. There you go, swapping the bath out, more expensive one. Don't know why I ever thought blue bath was a good idea. Not like a 90-year-old woman, so I should know better. Fun fact, later on in the video there is going to be a little walkthrough of the house. There is a hole in the bathroom ceiling. I have not fixed it. And I gotta remember to do that. I'm gonna be honest, I hated the shape of the bathroom. I hated that it was just flat. Flat square. I'm used to sort of rectangles. You could kind of fit things in a little better then without it feeling weird. Also, I maybe had room for more windows on the other side, but I didn't go for it. Then again, windows are expensive. Everything is expensive. When you decide to go for the $2,000 TV, everything is expensive. I was trying to do like a shower door sort of thing here, but it kind of went weird. I didn't really like it. You see here where it's going all... it's all dark. So I did end up just getting rid of that in the end. And putting it solely on the endy bit. The endy bit. Excellent descriptor there. So hard to get nice looking tiles. They're all either white or every shade of blue that you don't want. I was trying to work out how to make the divide in the tiles actually look good. So I did this. And then I thought, ooh, wouldn't it look nice if the blue glass was on both sides? Oh god, why did I spend that much money on a window? Well, that was a waste of money, wasn't it? It's style. We have no toilet paper, but we have style. That's fine, right? I always find myself using that round rug in my builds because it's a nice rug, it's plain, you know, you get it in a solid block of colour, it fits nice. Before anybody asks, in Britain we have carpet around our toilets sometimes, like a rug. I don't know why. It just... don't question British people. It's not worth it. There's the TV. There's the mistake. And now I'm trying to find stuff to go on the wall because I got a big bare wall here, but paintings are just expensive because you want a big one, ideally, one big one to cover a large amount of space, but the big ones are expensive and the small ones are too small. Then I found this bookcase that matched everything. So, perfect. And it does work, because I had my sim test it. Good old Charlotte Loomis, there she is. I actually made her just to buy this house. And then evicted her. She's homeless now. Maybe not forever. Maybe one day she won't exist anymore. As is the life of a sim. Oh yeah! I found some wood. I don't know where I found it, but I found it. I don't remember ever seeing it in the wood section when I was looking. But that's the one that we stick with now. The good old debug cheat. Because I figured I'm not paying for landscaping. Eventually there will be a little fenced off flower bed in front of the window. Wasn't expecting a palm tree quite so big. But we do end up with... oh, I'm just testing stuff out now. Sometimes I like to just have a little play around with bits. One thing I do like to do with those round cactuses is I like to size one up, put that down, get two small ones, and put them next to it. And it just reminds me of the Dynast cactoids in Final Fantasy XII, which I've been playing a lot recently. time to get fancy with some paving here. We're gonna get rid of the stuff underneath because that ain't gonna fly. The back does end up looking quite nice. I remember I wanted to put a car in because I'd seen someone else do one with like a little like outdoor garage. I don't know what they're called. Awning, I guess. I guess it would be an awning over the driveway. But by that point I'd already done everything and it was going to be way too expensive to add that. Because I knew there was still quite a bit that I was going to need to do. Trying to figure out chimneys. Didn't work. Ah, my favourite. Love getting some rocks. Whack a few rocks together. Add some plants. Call it a day. Now that's landscaping. So unfortunately whoever lives here does not have a back garden of any description, apart from these two rocks with a few sort of prickly friends in them. Because I ran out of money and kind of forgot that they might actually, you know, need things in the back. This is probably why I ran out of money as well, because, you know, building fences, putting plants down. Although, actually, I put the plants. I did get the plants out of the regular buy mode, but around the back, I ended up doing it from debug mode, and so then I came around the front and swapped that. So these end up not costing me anything. Because I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to spend 25 simoleons on a plant. And now I'm poor. Now Charlotte has no money. Oh, and the old Oasis Springs mailbox. I actually wish there were a few more mailbox designs. Because, you know, we've got 3 and 1 that isn't really usable. I actually don't know. I don't think the debug one works. Probably doesn't. It's debug. We don't have mailboxes in the UK. We have letterboxes in our doors. Post just goes right in there. I don't have to go outside to collect my post. I can do it from the comfort of my own home. Does mean though that you get people ramming things that really shouldn't go through a little letterbox. Here we are. I'm gonna redo the front windows on the back now. I've got the fan on in here because it's like 1,000,000 degrees today. Hot weather in the UK is just something that should never ever happen, and it has been. We were supposed to get storms. And they never came, so instead it's just been a hot, muggy mess. And I really I thought I had my jogging bottoms on for a second there, because it felt like it was just blowing warm air at me, but no, I got my shorts on. We go back into debug. Get those lovely, lovely debug plants. I do really like the debug plants. Because they're free. Oh, here's my Dynast cactoid. There it is. Isn't it good? I'm so proud of my minor achievement. Oh, see, I was going for 3 balls. 3 small cactuses. But did I go for 3 small cactuses there? Getting a little bit frivolous with our cactuses. I just want you to know I was trying to copy the room there, and the debug items did not come with it, so that's a little embarrassing on my part, but whatever. But I think this actually looks a bit nicer once we get that sized down palm tree in there. Do I use that one? Maybe I do. Anyway. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more in keeping, with the surroundings. And free, which is the important thing. I realised, of course, that Sims have skill needs, and I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to spend the whole budget, because I figured if you have a Sim that's coming into here, you don't want to spend your entire budget on the house and then have absolutely nothing to feed yourself with. So I thought I'd better stop. So I have forsaken any skill building items, except the TV. I don't know if you can build skills off the TV. You can build your dance skill off the TV. Why did I buy the TV? And then, of course, rather than buying an easel, I spent more money on something else pointless. Two things pointless, actually. God, what is wrong with me? Don't ask me the budget. That's the lesson we can take away from here. And I am going to be making more starter homes as well, but they won't be base game only. So, hopefully it might come cheaper, because if I'm using Eco Lifestyle, it's got some really good cheap stuff in it, especially the windows. I was trying to figure out that cost money? Did it cost money? I think that floor cost money. I'm gonna get my 24 simoleons back. I need that money. There we are, and we had a lovely Sim walking past there. Don't know who he is, not one of mine. Never seen him before. I don't know that man. Could be anyone. Anyway, I think I just popped that awning on the back as well to match, and that is it.